Alright, let's see if this is working. Live stream, it hasn't shown up on that yet, so okay, we got a view. Cool. I'm gonna set up here. Okay. Just gotta be looking at some reference here. Should I get some reference up here? Lines, fills, solid stroke. That's working really well. Okay. Do. You. Maybe I'll start with a blue here. Alrighty, let's get some references up. Oh, hey, how's it going? Error, YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming. Damn it. Open widget. Ah, god damn it. We're connected. Poor. Okay, that stream is healthy, not currently. Okay. Oh, here we go. We got some people now. Let's brighten that up a little bit, maybe a 0.5. Hey everyone, how's it going? So, I've got a very special request today, and that is for one of my more generous Patreon supporters. I agreed to do a speed paint that he's been asking for some time. And it's a character that I'm not familiar with, but that I'm going to try to draw anyway. So let's see here. Yep, that's working. Yep, that's working. Yep, okay, cool. Let's just have a quick look at the live stream here. We've got one hello. Oh, damn it. $4,500 kilobits per second. Okay, let's see if we can get this up and running at the right bit rate. Settings, stream. Oh, I seem to be... there's not much we can do about that. Alright. Okay, the errors seem to be going away. That's good. All right. We'll keep this analytics up for us. Great. I'm just going to need some reference material up while I work. Okay, we've got a few people here. Say hi if you're in the stream. I'll see your reply. I'm going to try to get something like this going. Let's go. What does my daughter do? She goes one part on this side and then the other part on this side. Okay, got the live streaming there. Okay. Just organizing my screens at the moment so that I can get a good idea of what's going on. All right. Average watch time 38 concurrent view. That's pretty cool. All right. So long as I got that chat there, I can see. All right. So what am I drawing today? I'm drawing a character called Anomander Rake, and this character seems to be from a fantasy series called the Malazan Empire. Sounds exciting. That's kind of cool. Looks to be the inspiration for a lot of characters, even one of my favorites, The Witcher, Geralt of Rivia. So we're going to try to make this guy look as little like Geralt of Rivia as possible, and really so let's get some lines down. He's sort of like got this dark elf look about him. And so I might end up just sort of doing some quick sketches first, just to get an idea, just to really loosen up the hand. While I've been doing a bit of drawing, it's been very, very cartoony. And so I really want to... Ooh, I like this one. This one looks a bit Joe Mad. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can show this stuff. This guy kind of looks a bit... Okay, so I'm going to try to emulate this face sketch. So we got... this here. I think people are going to sort of join in once the drawings really started in earnest, I think. As people tend to do, which is just fine. But I'm here for a chat. If anyone wants to leave comments in the comments section, say hi, all that sort of stuff. And I'm willing to talk through the process as I draw. So I've got a bit of a stern expression here. Let's flip this round. Yep. Looking better already. Hi, and that's sort of hi, Bron. How you doing? Just popping in. It's too early. Draw him a coffee and a hangover. Speaking of coffee, I made myself a pot earlier, but there wasn't enough left in the pot, and so I ended up making some sort of a mocha. What tablet is this? This is a I use a Wacom Intuos Pro, and I'm drawing in Blender using the grease pencil, and I'm drawing a character known as Anomander Rake from the Malazan Empire, for a very special Patreon supporter. Hi, everyone. Oh, Pocket Nerd's back. Hi, Pocket Nerd. How you doing? Miley, how you doing? All right. Right now, I'm sort of nutting out some ideas for what I'm going to draw. This is usually the process that I kind of leave off the live streams, but I thought it'd be kind of cool to maybe go through it while I wait for things to ramp up. Heck, I've seen live streams get up to 50 people and there's only been like a default cube on the screen. I wonder if there's a good action shot of this guy. I want to use my Cintiq. Yes, you can use a Cintiq with Blender, I believe. I don't think there's a problem with that. I'm still can't afford a Cintiq. Can't sort of get that cost. I know it's a really good it's a really good product and everything. Right now, I'm still happy with my Intua, so I'm sort of used to the system. I'm just trying to get a good pose for this guy. What I might do... Look, I'm pretty sure that... Yeah, I sort of have a problem with showing the references because I'm not sure entirely what I'm allowed to show and what I'm not allowed to show during a live stream. Yes, I remember you, Pocket Nerd. Right. Let's see now. Got some good references. There doesn't seem to be a lot of action references to this. I'm looking towards a dramatic finish to this pic. Oh, yes, I'm hoping so too. Oh, this is sort of like a chibi one. Maybe I can go with something a bit... No, I don't want to do cornball. It's a very serious character, and I know that... Why not just have him sitting reading a newspaper with COVID in the title? You know what? That's a pretty good idea. Or maybe flicking through a tablet phone or some sort of a phone. Okay, so let's see here. I'm going to take a look at... Oh no, that's a Witcher reference. No, I don't want a Witcher reference. Yes. That would be a good one to have. Maybe I'm better off looking at fantasy poses. Let's see this. Fantasy style poses. I got a good idea of what he looks like. If I put this settings... More... Safe search, tools, usage rights, Creative Commons licenses. I think I should be able to have this on screen if it's under Creative Commons. Yeah, not the kind of fantasy that I was looking for. Let's go male hero poses. Yeah, we're closer. We're closer here. So I'm just going to move this off. Toss a coin to your artist. And now I'm going to have to listen to that song again, aren't I? How about something with a little backstory? Maybe keep the setting as a dungeon. Yes. Oh, well, a lot of his settings are very sort of cloudy and stuff like that. Okay, so let's try drawing an action pose here. I'm just going to copy a quick... Okay, so we've got a face, eyes... Then we've got a line of action that sort of goes down like this. Torso is... there. Boom, boom. Talk of line of action. What about him using whitening action toothpaste? Do I want to know why that's controversial? Maybe I don't. I think we're going to go for this sort of heroic pose. Let's get a bicep in there. The setting is done. Yeah, I'm going to do the setting thing separate. Okay, so we've got arm, hand, like a trapezoid there. And I think I've used this hero pose before. Pretty sure I have. We'll have to think about a bit of an atlas sort of thing. Let's flip this, see what we got. Yeah, already my bias is showing, so I'm just going to quickly fix this. There we go. Just forward, just back, pelvis out. Let's go back. Yep, it's looking better already. Back to draw mode. Now I am doing a little product review soon. It's for a little gadget called the Tour Box, I believe it's called. Yeah, and it got me really thinking about shortcut keys, and so I've been it's that easy. I've been playing around with assigning shortcut keys, and would you believe I've never actually used the shortcut keys or the side panel keys on my Wacom. So I'm going to rectify that by, let's see, erase stroke. Here we go. By bringing those up. So we've got control, which turns this into an eraser, but like the eraser doesn't seem to have the right settings when I do that. Interesting. Oh no, there we go. Good. So I can draw. I hold down control, or the shortcut key on the Wacom for it, and it goes to erase. I can do a, oh, no, that's a brush setting. I can do a pan, scroll, with just the, They can be. Did you use this pose in a drawing or a gym selfie? I should probably bring up some... You see, gym selfies would be allowed in a live stream. They just aren't very good right now. Yep. Okay, so I think I like this. Right. You are so underrated. Oh, thank you very much. Okay, so let's erase all of this stuff because I probably don't want that. Just got that on erase strokes. Even this head. All right, now let's grab all of those. Going to camera view. And let's get a nice 3/4 to start with. Yeah, let's start here, I think. Right, we got our pose. Now if we go back to Anomander Rake, I'm gonna bring this up over here so we can see what we're looking at, because this is the bigger screen. And yeah. So when this Patreon supporter heard that I was a fan of The Witcher, he's like, oh, you have to read this books, and it's got like, a bazillion books in the series, and this guy's his favorite character, and he's been, asking me to draw him for ages, and so I've got to do a pretty good job. As you can see, it's definitely this fantasy, I'd like to say vibes of a dark elf. There's different armors and stuff like that, and he's got the classic sword. There's some waif-like ones. Blender grease pencil strokes. See, I like these sorts of moody sketches like this. See this kind of thing. I like this color scheme, the big sword and everything like that. So let's see now. Oh, something like that's very moody. Very moody. I might keep this. And we've got so much to choose from. Da, da, da. See you, John. All right. The live stream will be cached and will be available once it's all finished. Ooh, I like this. This is very moody. Okay, so we've got a bit of a sword thing happening here. So let's see. Let's see what we can do with this. I'll be so mad if you don't add a hamster into... Ooh. You know what, Pocket Nerd? I think you've decided, for me, at least, next month's Speedpaint poll for my Patreon supporters. I think I'm going to go with Baldur's Gate. And if they don't vote for Minx and Boo, I've attracted the wrong audience. That's all I've got to say about that. Minx is awesome. Minsk. Mink. I can't even speak. Just gonna have a sip of my mocha here. Okay, so we got some. Maybe I can get a bit of personality in here. This is very generic right now. And I know that he's not sort of a buffed, he's more... But we want a bit of a sword. So maybe the sword... See, I've always found swords across the body like this kind of look like an erection, if you know what I mean. But it's kind of a good first have. Maybe I can fix this up a little bit. Maybe I go for the shoulder forward, two hands on the hilt type thing, which would be across the body and then down, and this one would be sort of down like so. See, this is kind of looking a bit boring now. All they're saying is, this pick is looking kind of thick. Yes. All right. I think I need something a little with a bit more dynamism. If that's a word. Come on, escape. Tab. We do a contrapose. Okay, I'm just going to go back to the drawing board here. See if I can get a different pose going. Let's try this. Let's go. Some basic shapes down. And he tends to have a bit of a massive sword. Oh, I like this. I like this sword, actually, that he's got. It's a very fantasy. Oh, God. No, that goes to his Twitter. What's this dude doing with a Twitter? So like this. Okay. I think I'm starting to get in the zone, guys. This is where the drawing begins to really take off. Well, okay, so if we have a sort of a double hilt. thing. We've got a hand over here. This means we can sort of get a bit of hair flow around here. Let's get a bit of armor in there. Okay, so we got I'll hit the rerun later. Yep, see you, Bron. Thanks for joining. Yeah, this is kind of the this is kind of the boring part. No, actually, this is the bit where all the thinking is in, like getting the poses down and stuff. So I'm gonna have a bicep here, and the arm will be sort of foreshortened there. Right. Maybe we can have. Yeah. Yeah, okay. I'm starting to see it. I'm starting to see it now, guys. Alright, this is the pose. This is the pose. Control. Let's get rid of you. You were nice, but this one's way nicer. Let's take a look at the camera. Let's get everything in here. Yeah. Okay. Now we got a pose. Okay, now this pose looks like him. Like Link. Oh man, all the fantasies just blur into each other, don't they? Link, The Witcher, Elder Scrolls. He's definitely got a bit of a dark elf vibe from Elder Scrolls. So I think that's going to be my touchstone, even though so this face is going to be very interesting. Starting to get a bit of the action lines here. Right. I'm going to get a reference up with a bit of armor to see what he sort of wears in terms of armor. In a way, he's sort of a bit Witcher-ish because The Witcher's got a lot of different armor. I think this is my favorite reference over here, actually. Should totally make a video on how to make laughs contagious. And there I am just laughing. Damn it. You got me. Oh, this one here, he's got a bit of a cape and he's got a really nice... bit of a cape, so maybe I should I throw something like that on there? I do like this big chunky pauldron. Yeah, let's stick with the chunky pauldron and then have this armor like that. Yep. Oh. There's a lot of fan art for this guy. Ah, came across a plushie. Oh, come on, show me this damn... View image. Open image. There we go. Oh, it's a postage stamp. That should be enough. Right. So if we get... He's got a very ornate armor. So I'm going to have to get the basic shapes down. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. The trick with armor is, look, maybe I can go with one-handed sword and... Is he magic? Let's see. Hang on. I'm just going to look up if he's magic or not. Let's have a quick squiz here. What makes Anomander Rake so awesome? My favorite character. He's an anti-hero. Okay, cool. He is hundreds of thousands years old. He's got a bit of wisdom and a born ascendant. Does he use magic? He's as a tragic but honorable immortal. Oof, this is a lot of lore. This is a lot of lore to take in. So I'm going to go back to my picture references. I see him sort of wielding swords and stuff, and there's lots of nice chainy backgrounds, and I think the background's going to definitely be moody. I like the idea of a dungeon. Ooh, there's some flowing cloaks here. Maybe I do that. Oh, there's another style of... Every reference has got its own style of armor, and this sort of makes it a bit difficult to kind of design one from scratch as I'm looking at different things. And so I'm sort of trying to work with the first bit of armor that I'd seen, which I quite liked. Okay, so you... upside down. Okay, so that would be out like this. Yep. Just got a freaking thick sword. Yeah, we'll go with the thick sword. I think we will make it two-handed. Two-handed sword, that means that this is going to be the forearm here. Great. We can hide this with some hair. And we can bring in all of those sorts of details later on. I think what I'm going to do is going to have sort of a flowing capey thing going as well. Let's just go to the front view. May as well take away those guides for a sec so we can just draw. And let's see here. Big. Let's bring in this cloth piece. That. Probably hide the leg that we've got to balance. So this cape is going to be raggedy, as is this bit here, I think. Get a bit of right. Won't go too overboard with that. Right, so we can always frame that a little bit better. Right, I think I'm going to do a second line pass. Pencils. So let's bring this down and let's work on some details now, shall we? So I quite like that. Still use a pencil blue. Tin foil wrapped around a person. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? Let's go 150 on the strength here. And after I draw these pencils, I'm going to make sure that I've got my balance right and my bias isn't. Sort of anime style here. And how capes were made. People were just too lazy to remove their blankets, so they just wear them the whole day. And that's why they kind of go all raggedy, I guess. All right. Okay, so let's just flip this. Okay, there we go. Yep, I see. I like where this is headed. Just got to keep things as balanced as possible here. Oh, thanks, man. yeah, they should be fun. Really hoping that, like, yeah, I don't know how people sort of stream it, what the habit is. You know, if you've got it on in the background, you sort of check back every now and then. You just want it on as a night light. It's quiet around here right now, which is, you know, it's... Well, we're in lockdown here in Sydney. Let's see. Oh, hello. That could work. Chunky armor. Some of these armors have these collar pieces, which is really interesting. Maybe I can work that into the design here. Get some hair flowing across the face there. Of course, this should be an afterthought because we really want to get the forms down. That's the most important part. Kind of like this. Oh, here we go. Here we go. That's the kind of pauldron I want. I'm going to change the design here quickly because this one's even better. We're going here. We go around like this. It's kind of got like a more chitinous insectoid type of armor, so we might end up going with this style instead. It's kind of layering. Looks very cool. Be a bit of a challenge to get the contours right, but I think we can get this. So, are you into animation? Yes, I am. At the moment, I haven't got a lot of time to spend watching stuff. I decided to do this live stream because they're kind of popular and I want to stay in practice. At the moment, I've got a fairly big job on. I'm currently doing the concept art and storyboards for CG Cookie's next little project, which is it's a big task, and we're currently at the concepting stage, which is really interesting. And so I kind of have to be into animation by default because it's going to be an animated film. And so, yeah, I take a lot of inspiration from various things. Let's see, what am I watching at the moment? Well, I watched the latest Rick and Morty and absolutely loved it. I am sharing. Uh, what am I watching with my girls? We're going through Adventure Time with my youngest. She's finally into that. And every now and then we're trying to get through My Hero Academia, the first 4 seasons, so that we can jump onto the fifth as soon as possible. Because the fifth is out now, and my eldest, she's really into that show. She started to collect the manga. Okay, I've got these hands going around like this. So how would you hold that? Let me take a look here. Sort of have a downward thumb, I think. Yep, that's it. That's right. Cool. Yeah. So on to a lot of animations at the moment. Now I have to catch up on Castlevania. I may have to go back to the beginning because I forgot where I'd left it off. It was if it was season 3 or end of 2, or I can't quite remember what happened. So much has gone on since I watched it. So and that's a really bingeable show. It's the style decisions in that are fantastic. Oh yeah, okay. So this isn't exactly armor. What about this? Yeah. Yeah. What else? What else am I watching? Well, like I said, yeah. I have actually gotten back into gaming when I can. It's hard to do because I can only do it a little while at a time. Like I would have got into some gaming tonight if I had some downtime, but I decided to do this instead because it's more fun. I wanted to get this one out into the world. Mitchell's versus the Machines. Yes, I've seen it. Yes, we watched it all together. Me and the girls and my wife Anne, and loved that. The voice cast was amazing. I mean, was was Mia Rudolph the mum? Uh, was that? Have I got that right? I remember that the dad was voiced by. Uh, it, name escapes me. Danny McBride, I believe, and it was really a detour for him because he's always playing the douche type characters in Judd Apatow type stuff, and here he is playing the dad. And what was really interesting is usually they design characters to sort of have something about the voice cast that they're um, using. So, like, if you go back to the days of Shrek, there's a bit of Mike Myers in the design of Shrek, and there's a bit of Eddie Murphy in the design of Donkey, and so on. This one took me a long time to kind of really sort of pick up on who voiced what, because the characters had almost nothing of the actors in there, and yet I was really liking it. Okay, so here I'm going to probably change my mind again, and let's go with this sort of a sleeve idea. So it looks so much cooler. Okay, we've got an elbow here, right? So the sleeve's going to have to pop out over the elbow. And then we've got a strap I think I've got this arm designed completely wrong. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do... Let's try this again. If the elbow's here, so if we've got bicep, tricep, elbow, and that goes down like so, then we got a bit of a puffy sleeve thing happening here. Right. Oh man, the ornate armors, man. Every reference just looks a little better, more interesting. Let's go with a nice strap here. Yes, still don't like it. What would Joe Mad do? WWJMD. What would Joe Mad do? He'd sort of hide it under a lot of cloth, I think. Although his anatomy is amazing. I still love watching him work. Yep. Okay, cool. I think we're just going to end up going with a bit of a more leathery tunic type thing than so we've got card piece in. Okay, so that leg comes out like this, and I still like the idea of this flowing middle thing, whatever it is. Almost makes him look like a cleric, but then these pants could be a bit more fabric-y. Yeah. Put a split there. That's right. And we'll still go with the cape. What I might do is, I like the idea of this sort of ring here so that the cape flows over the top. There we go. Cool. So I'm just going to see if I can rebalance this a little bit, because this eye is looking heaps wonky. This face has to be a bit narrower. The nose is looking almost as crooked as mine. But I think we're getting a bit of personality in here, which is really nice. Might enlarge this hand here. Yeah, starting to really feel. Should we go with another layer of pencil? I think maybe we should. Let's. No, we can keep this up. Keep going with this and just further refining it, because we want to get these pencils as clear as possible, so that then we can get onto the inks with a lot of confidence. So that. I hope I've got this kind of age thing going right. Yeah, he's got a really cool scowl here. What I've got to do is I've got to figure out where the lip is. So I think it's sort of there. So I can see that. Yep, and then that would be the musculature of the face there, sort of cheekbone. 2. Normally used to sort of working really, really fast for show and everything like that. Is it just me, or is anyone else getting a Harry Potter vibe from the... Possibly. Who's Lucius Malfoy's... Draco Malfoy's dad is Lucius Malfoy, yes. Bit Lucius Malfoy. Potter. My kids run around the house demanding stuff, taunting me with socks like I'm a house elf. Not fun. Okay, so now this side, got the hair sort of flowing on this way, but this side should definitely... Oh, actually, if we hide this behind some sort of a cloak, right, so it's... the cloak goes off. We know that there's a pauldron under that cloak. We can sort of have that there. Then we can have armor. Then we can have this kind of sleeve before we... no, it's not looking good. It's not looking right. There should be a sort of a fold here, so... before we get to the... Actually, we sort of see a bit of a muscle here. That can sort of be in darkness, I think. Again, this is going to be one that's going to be fixed right up afterwards. Okay, those pencils are looking sharper. Much better. Let me throw this sword in here. Oh, I like the design of this one. Although he does have sort of a classic... I keep seeing the same sword come up time and time again. But I like the ones where he's got a really chunky sword. I just like that idea. It's almost an anime style. So this, if we went with a more classic cross pattern here... Ah! Here's the audience. Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in. I am drawing a fantasy piece today for one of my Patreon supporters who's a big fan of the... Let's see if I got this right. Blah, 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 blah. Scroll right to the top. Malazan Empire. There we go. Excuse me, sir, but is there anything you could not do? You draw, you 3D, you give hope, you have a nice voice. Come on, stop it. I can't dance. No, that's the truth. That's a bit of trivia for you right there. I cannot dance. So, yeah. If I could dance, I guess I would have sucked all of the awesome out of the world and wouldn't have left any for anyone else. No one is perfect, no. Okay, so I like this giant sword idea. It's sort of like an anime type sword. We're going to go with... I think we've got to continue this perspective down, even with the hands. And let's see, what are we seeing through the... Yep. Let's move this. Actually, look at everything. Let's see a bit more cape there. That's better. Yep. Okay. Okay. You know what? I see some personality coming out here. Yeah. You have to dance at 50k subs. Well then, I guess everyone better subscribe and get me there, right? Pencils 2. Should we do these ones in some sort of a black? Just to start refining a bit more. Right. What I love about this layering system it's sort of like a light table, or getting a facsimile in there. Let's see what this pencil is. I'm going to bump up the strength of the pencil. Ugh, no, the pencil is definitely not the one. Definitely not the one to. Oh, yeah. Look, I may as well just go with the ink pen because it's just easier. And so let's see now. This eyebrow's sort of irking me. I don't think I'm going to need to pencil soft. Okay, no, I think we'll just stick with the blue line for now. Just to really drive that home. Really sort of have to have the anatomy showing here. Let's just undo that. Maybe just erase that. There we go. Okay, so now we've got to get some consistency in where everything is sitting, or else it's just not going to work, is it? There we go, a bit more. There we go. Bit Conan the Barbarian at the moment, I think. One of my fave fantasy characters, even though he's a bit of a classic. Actually, what I got here? Ugh. Texture there. A bit more hair here. Sitting in a Harry Potter table yelling abracadabra. Oh, we are definitely using a tablet. Who would draw this with a mouse? Who? Yep. I love the way that grease pencil allows you to draw very, very freely, but still underneath it all, it's very much like a vector, so you can always delete points if you want to. Just points. Okay, we got this kind of collar thing here. Okay, we're going to have a nice big chunky ring for the cape there. And even though this pauldron here is sticking out, that. Now we're getting a bit more definition on these things. Now there was this bit of armor that I really liked from one of the uniforms, and I'm going to try to draw it here. Just going to need to get a bit of reference here. Blender really took advantage of its 3D layout here. Oh, yeah, you got to. I like doing characters with magical powers because you can always really go to town with... Okay, so the cape's going to go off that way. The hair's going to go over the top of the cape there. Yeah, because you can always put those on 3D layers in front and behind and all that sort of stuff. It's really cool. Okay, so now let's get a bit of... This is the detailing in the pencil sketch now. We have to figure out the chainmail design and where the shading goes. Yep. Right, that stuff's going to be sort of I think it's actually going to be. I've probably got this completely wrong in terms of how the folds should be. But it is a speed paint after all, and I'll probably have to go back and revise parts of it so long as I can get the basics down. And this is really all penciling today that you're witnessing. So I think what we do is get a bit of detail in the armor as well there. So we know that now we know that there's going to be a bit of shiny metal here. And then this one is going to have segmented. It's going to have this chlory type. A bit wider. Cool. Yeah, much fewer concurrent viewers today. Maybe it's the time, maybe it's the day, maybe there's more popular live streams at the moment. It's all fine. Sort of had the time to do it. Thought I'd test the waters a little bit. See if it was worth doing. Okay, so that is way too short. I don't like that. This has really got. Oh, don't want to do that. Sort of brings me back to the old commission days. Just sitting here, just sketching as quickly as possible on a commission. It's the afternoon. Yes. Well, good afternoon wherever that is in the world. Actually, afternoon. You must be, let's see, what's the time now? You must be somewhere like in the UK, Europe, around there. No, my cousin recently got married and I had to sit here and look at a live stream of the wedding, which was quite nice. But it was around this time and it was a nice sunny afternoon over in London where they were getting married. It's sort of nice to be part of it. Okay, he's looking good. He's looking good. Wasn't expecting this to turn out like that. So okay, we're gonna need these rings here, and now the cape can flow off this shoulder here. He's got hair that's going to be. Okay, we're really going to have to decide on the flow of this hair. So let's get rid of a couple of these. I like this line. This has got a really nice flow to it, so we want to sort of reinforce that. Hair contouring is always a bit. 3 in the afternoon in the Middle East. Ah, cool. This is a really good time for Europe, Middle East, around all those places. Not great for an American audience. I should probably try to do another live stream for that sort of audience. But the timing would definitely be very different. Okay, so we've got this cape covering this pauldron. This jaw is looking very severe. The neck that goes in like that, that'll definitely be... Is that him speaking? Him? Me? Yes, it is I. I am speaking. Maybe we can throw in a few straps here before we begin to sort of detail the armor underneath. Keep wanting to go back to the eraser tool, but I can hear you maxed out. Oh, should I turn this down a little? Is that better? Okay, let's get a strap on this arm here. I think we'll just sort of do a second layer of material there. And the elbow really is here, isn't it? Okay, so now we're not going to see this material very well, so that's going to be in darkness. It's going to be also in darkness. That's great. Ah, now I hear you. Morning coffee here. Great time for me. Oh, fantastic. Where is it morning right now? So if the Middle East is afternoon, maybe London. That'd be somewhere near Canada, maybe? Or am I thinking in the wrong direction? Okay, now I don't like this. The contouring is not working correctly. You always notice these things after you draw a little. So what we want is the contour to go out like so. Out like... It goes out like that. Not exactly. That's looking better. Yep. Sun is coming up here in Colorado. Oh, great. So I do have some morning American listeners. This is awesome. Florida. Nice. So if you guys are just joining, I'm working on a Speedpaint. I did this as a special bonus for one of my Patreon supporters who's been more than generous over the past couple of years. Always great for a chat. And he really likes this character, Anomander Rake, from the Malazan Empire. Apparently it's from a fantasy series of books. Okay, let's see now. He's looking okay. Okay, so I think I can begin to even sort of adjust this up so it looks a lot better. So let's get a bit of that. This massive sword sticking out that way. Oh, if I begin to sort of cut out on the stream or anything like that, I really do apologize. My internet has been absolutely crap because we are in lockdown here in Sydney. We've just had a record number of cases for our part of the world, and they're just every day we're getting more and more cases, and so everyone's at home and everyone's using the internet. Looking all right. What do you guys think of these pencils? Are they looking good? Let's do this trick. Basic idea of what happened. We asked Paul to make him drinking coffee, then asked him reading a COVID newspaper. Then he started drawing Link that evolved into a Harry Potter character. And then this. Yes. Oh, look. Boy, if I could draw picture after picture after picture, I'd love to do a funny take on this, because I always like a good funny take, but these lines are amazing. It sucks sad to hear that. Oh, that's all right. What? Sad to hear about the process, or that they were in lockdown? Yes. It's okay. We've got school vacation, so the kids are with us a lot. Unfortunately. Okay, you know what? I'm going to cover up this multitude of sins with some more hair. Yep, that'll do it. Let's do that. There we go. So is edit mode just available in 2D animation workspace and not 2D canvas workspace? What's 2D canvas mean? If you are on a grease pencil object, you can switch between these modes here. Object, edit, sculpt, draw. So I can go to edit. There we go. And you can grab any of these points and move them about in edit mode. What I got is proportional editing fall off here, which allows me to, say, grab a point and then see that ring there. I can constrain it or enlarge it so that more of the fall off can be affected, or less, depending on what you need to do. So far, I'm enjoying that. What I might do is actually cover up this leg with a second layer of fabric. Why not? Yep. There we go. If we Now, I don't want any tangents here, so I'm just going to be very careful about this. I'm going to have to do something like this. There we go. Yep, that's good. So yeah, so edit mode is always available in grease pencil. So we've got the elbow here, and so the cloth would come around. Okay, this cloth is going to be more problematic than I thought it would be. So let's go back to the basic contours. And I think we've really stuffed this up, haven't we? Like, the contour here should be shoulder, bicep, tricep, something like that. And so what are we trying to do here? Puff out this sleeve a little bit. in 2D Canvas Workspace. 2D Canvas Workspace. What are we talking about here? Let's see. So I'm in object mode here. Okay, so we're in 3D view there. In front view, with my grease pencil stroke selected, 2D Canvas Workspace. I'm trying to work out what that is supposed to mean. See, when you've selected if you've got a grease pencil object, you'll have layers, you'll have materials that are for the grease pencil, and any of the layer that you've got selected, you can go into edit mode, where you can edit the points if you wanted to, or into draw mode. Are you talking about draw mode, maybe? I'm trying to think here. All right, you know what? I'm going to say that I really like those pencils, and I'm going to make an inks layer now, I think. Let's bring these other pencils down a little bit more. Maybe we'll make the first ones disappear. Yep, that's it. That's good. There we go. All right. Looking good. All right. We'll start with the inks at the front. So we'll have to have some hair. Now, that ink, I want a stabilized stroke on this, but not too heavy. Oh, 2D full canvas. No, that's just, you have the edit mode if you want. They're the same thing. The full canvas is just more of a, it's just that without any of the tools on the side. So you'd have to have just a toolbox. I tend to prefer this layout because, well, look, I don't need the timeline, so I could probably join those areas there, but I kind of want access to right. No. It is available in 2D full canvas, but you just won't know what you're selecting because you haven't got the outliner or anything like that. Hope that answers the question. Yeah, I'm not huge on the workspaces because they're just so customizable, So now we can begin to get some nice refined inks in here. Like that. Always love the contouring part. Didn't quite get that. Oh, no, you're not derailing at all. I do these live streams so that I can answer some questions and stuff like that while I'm working. Hopefully I get to speed this process up for a Speedpaint later on. How long have I been going? I've been going on for a fair while, maybe about an hour and a bit, which is a good chunk of time. I'll see how much more you guys can take. There's only been about 13 to 15 concurrent viewers, which is a lot lower than the usual, but understandable. It's just sort of nice to have some people to chat to while I work here. It's almost like a bit of a water cooler, which is nice. And even when there's like 60 concurrent, YouTube dab. Yeah, if there was more people, I'd probably put in more calls to action and do the whole mark on bit with go on, you want to hit that subscribe and like button, blah blah blah, all that. Well, there's a fair few likes already, which is really nice. So you can sort of see how these inks really work nicely here. Age there. These probably are not looking great. I found you like 2 weeks ago, so I mean, ah, you're welcome. I really like doing these live streams now. I mean, I get quite a bit of, um, a lot of views later on as well, which is really interesting. Like a lot of people will watch it later, even though I sort of take this footage. I thought of doing these for the speed paint, so you can sort of see the process as it happens before you sort of see the polished, edited down version. You know what I mean? Now I'm a real stickler for editing line thickness and everything because I really like to get it as perfect as I can, really. And sometimes I'll just completely revise line work. Looking much better. Yep, much more even. I don't really know how I came across this guy, but I think I've almost going to achieve my goal of watching a whole live stream of Paul's. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I could probably end it here. Yeah. It's always fascinated me why people really enjoy a live stream, and I have particularly wanted to sort of show my face on the live streams, just because I want to concentrate on the work. A lot of people have their face down in the corner, but like I tend to find it masks a lot of the interface and everything. I've used Blender for a very long time, but never liked this. Can you output as vector art? Okay, put it this way. Yes, I believe there are ways that you can export line work to SVG, but because you're already kind of working with vectors, as it were, you can finish everything in Grease Pencil and then just render it out at whatever resolution you like, which I think is a huge, huge advantage. Okay, that one. I don't want that. We want some color here. Oh, you know what it kind of looks like? Now I just sort of come to think of it. If anyone knows who this character is, Richard Hatch. He died a few years ago. He played... Did he play Starbuck? No. Battlestar Galactica. Yeah. He was in the old one. And... no, he wasn't Starbuck. Damn it, I forgot who he played. Apollo? Apollo. Yes, that was it. And in the new one, he played a different character, sort of like a freedom fighter type. Yeah. Boy, if he was alive today, maybe he could cosplay as this character. I think it would be a pretty good one. If the internet gets really, really, really bad, I'll probably call it a night. But so far it's okay. Let's get a bit of chunk in this armor. Might do is turn off stabilize for a bit and try to get these lines looking a little nicer. I'm showing my age up. Yes, me too. Me too. I was a huge fan of the reimagining. That was such a fantastic show. Um, I rewatch it every now and then, and it's one of those shows that surprisingly, it still holds up. It still holds up really, really well. I remember at the time, people were sort of disappointed with the ending and everything like that, and I think maybe I was a little bit at the time, but like on a rewatch, it's a really solid show from beginning to end. I can't say that about a lot of shows. Okay, so now we've got to do this sort of chainmail type stuff, and this is the fiddly bits. But the bits that once it's done, it looks so good. Oof. Go. All right. So usually what I do is I take it to a point and then I kind of call it a night for the live stream and uh, and then complete it at a later stage before I do the final thing. And like, there's going to be a lot of detail with this. Did you ever get into Caprica? I did. I really, really tried with that one, and I felt that it was. How do I say it? They almost focused on the wrong stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I loved the characters, and I loved seeing like a young Adama. But what made BSG really, really good is that it begins with a retirement, you know? And we sort of know the lore from the original series. And this is supposed to be, a send off. And then right when there's the send off, bang, the Cylons attack. You know, Caprica was sort of like, I don't know, it had its parts. It had its really good moments, but I think it kind of made the whole idea of the Cylons a little bit smaller, if you know what I mean. You know, yeah. Look, I enjoyed bits of it, and I really liked some of the cast. The guy who played Adama was really really good. Um, but yeah, I didn't quite know how to take it. Maybe if it had another season, maybe it could have gone to other places. Maybe it sort of suffered uh, those sorts of budgetary constraints that they always have. It's almost like, yeah, look, we'll give you some money to make this. Go do what you like because we're contractually obliged, blah, blah, blah. And so they make something because they know people are going to watch. But ultimately, it's something that's partially phoned in. There's not. I didn't feel that the producers had the same love that Ronald D. Moore had for his reimagining. When he approached that, it was like, I'm gonna take this seriously, and it's gonna be an awesome show. With Caprica, it was like, we got airtime to fill. you know, uh, they're like, we know the fans are there. maybe this sword does look a bit Link-ish. Let's grab a line. A line. See you, Pocket Nerd. I'll see you at the next one. Yeah, look, I might wrap up soon and just sort of finish off these inks in greater detail for the rest of the speed paint. But look, you know what? We got it to a good place. What do you think, guys? I mean, look, we started. It was mainly a lot of penciling tonight. This is one of those ones that really takes a lot of time, especially when we're going with details. But I really want to detail this one a lot, so I might call it a night for this live stream, guys. It's been about an hour and a half. But yeah, look, guys, thanks for dropping by. It's always a pleasure to chat with you all from all around the world. So yeah, look, I'll see you on the next one. Okay, see you for now.